Hey everybody, how you doing? It is July 23rd, 2020, about 2 p.m. here in Michigan. Hope everybody's having a good day. I believe this video will just continue to make the ones that know the truth laugh, because it can't get any more obvious of their tactics. The tactics are identical, the fear and the guilt. That is their way that they've pushed it since the beginning, and it's not going to change. Now you have them coming on here talking about blaming China for trying to hack their vax. Yeah, not only hack the research, but then try to also hack and alter our vaxes, because they had a doctor that was at Harvard that was completely compromised by CHINA. So
now China is trying to hack our vaccines. We also found out that they have been spying and committing espionage from within our own borders in a consulate in Houston. They have now set fire to documents and would not even let the Houston Fire Department in. Makes you wonder what they are hiding, or even what they are burning. A few months ago, U.S. authorities arrested a Chinese researcher in Boston and charged him with trying to smuggle 21 vials of stolen biological research back to China. Just last month, they caught another individual at LAX trying to fly back. And then we just found, as of January this year, top professor at Harvard being paid by China.
it's just one more thing where they're putting in a plan B, a backup plan for them to be able to back out of the reasons why their vax does not work, why their vax does not end up helping people. These are all how they leave those doors open, so they can literally say what they want to say now, but then come 6 months from now, they can have a reason, a BS reason, but they can have a reason why it didn't work. Okay? And you continue to hear him right here. This is Cuomo. He's got to be the biggest piece of crap out of all of this. I'm sorry, but I cannot stand him. All he does is talk and wants to hear himself talk. There's a few things here that I want you to hear about him talking. Not only is he sitting up there like everyone else, without a mask, in a confined area, continuing to tell every one of us to wear a mask if we care about others. They are blaming it on young people. Once again, this is all young people's fault, because they are going out and partying. They are not social distancing. They are not wearing masks. Well, you're sitting in a room right now with, it looks like, at least 30 people, and you don't have a damn mask on. How are you going to blame it on us? And on, I don't fit in the age group he's talking about. I'm older than that, but that's not the point. The point is they're going to do everything they can to continue to get to the people that are not going to follow their rules and follow their mask rule, and then obviously the vax rule. So they need to turn everybody else against people like you and I, and also against these young people, because that's what they need. They need the average person who still believes in this complete lie to be pushing down on these kids and pushing down on family, trying to force them into the same opinion that they have, that this is true.
Also, we're monitoring a second threat, which is the rising COVID rates among younger people. You look at the age brackets, it's basically flat or down except for one group, 21 to 30 years old. And it has ticked up 4 points. That is a significant increase in a short period of time. And we know why. We have been talking about it. You can see it on the news. You can see it in the newspapers. You can see it in social media. It's not hard to understand what is going on. It's hard to deal with it, but it's not hard to understand what's going on. You get groups of young people. It's warm. They've been locked up for a long time. We like to socialize. I get it. You don't socially distance. You don't wear masks. The virus spreads, and it is happening. To young people, this is not the time to fight for your right to party. I respect your right to party. I fully respect it. I would enshrine it in the state law if you want to know. You have the right to party. But let's be smart about it, right? There is an attitude that young people are immune. You are not. 21 to 30, the virus can kill you. And if it doesn't kill you, you can bring it home and give it to someone inadvertently, and it can kill them. So they are laboring under false pretenses. And I've had dozens and dozens of conversations, and I've heard the most inane responses. They just don't know the facts. They are dealing with assumptions that are just not true. So first, the local governments have to step up and do the enforcement job.
That's how they do it. This is the same thing. It's the same tactic over and over, like I showed you last night. 2018, flu season was the worst on record in decades, etc., etc. All they did was push the exact same storyline. Nothing was different. You could have changed out 2018 with 2020. It wouldn't have made a difference. They're going to continue to do this. They're going to continue to blame this on you. They're going to continue with this path, even though deaths have continued to drop. Cases are nowhere near where anybody should even be worried about it, as I just showed. In 13 weeks in 2018, for that flu season, 45 million people got the flu. 45 million in 13 weeks. But now here, as he sits here and says they're in 28 weeks, what number are they at? Oh, that's right. 4 million cases in the United States. 4 million. In double the time. Over double the time. 26 weeks would be double the time. So think about it that way. Just like I said last night, you need to double every number from the 2018 flu season to kind of put it in the same scenario. So you are talking 45 million twice. That's 90 million cases in the same time period if you're to average it out. Not only that, it's 824 deaths per day on average. They've barely hit that. I showed that last night. Yes, there's been days where, and we know their numbers are faulty anyways, but like I said yesterday, if we can use their numbers to completely debunk this, then it's just easier for us. You know, it gives you an edge on how you can tell your family, your friends, that this is going on. That this is the truth. That they're lying to you. Their own numbers don't make sense. Everyone, please prepare. Please make a plan. Talk to your family, because they are stepping it up, and you can already hear them talking about this wave. Oh, it went from New York, and it went like a water wave across the country, went to the West Coast, and now it's, bouncing back off the West Coast coming across. I mean, can you believe the crap that they say?
Also, practically, we know that if we don't control the virus in the other states, that we are then in danger of dealing with a second wave. Not the second wave they talked about, which was a mutated virus comes back. It's a second ricochet of the first wave, because we're still in the first wave. But the wave bounced to the West Coast and is now bouncing back like a wave in a bathtub. And that's our quarantine, etc.
Okay, let's just go back just from them. Wasn't California, wasn't that a hot spot at the very beginning? Didn't they send a ship there? A Navy ship there because it was so bad, going to be so bad on the West Coast, and it was so bad on the West Coast, just like they did in New York? So that makes sense, right, Cuomo? Because it went from New York on the East Coast to the West Coast, now it's coming back to the East Coast. I mean, they just seriously sit there and make stuff up. And the funny thing is during this interview, during this, this video right here, he actually makes up a word called reclosing, and he even says it. This is a new coronavirus word. I am just going to declare this as a new word.
Look at the states that rushed to reopen, and look at what is happening. Look at our curve versus their curve. It's undeniable. So why are we still having the same political argument? We know that rushed reopenings don't work, and the states that rush to reopen are now reclosing. That's another new COVID word, by the way. I don't think there is any such word as reclosing. I'm sure Zach will point out that I used a word that doesn't exist, reclosing. It's a new word in the state of New York. I just proclaim it a new word.
I'm not kidding. It just shows what they just can do. Anything that they want to say, anything they want to do, that they're literally making things up right in front of you. All right, I'm going to cut this short. I just want to tell you I love all of you. Keep continuing to fight back. Do not bow to this. We know what happens. We already know where this is going, so prepare, please. Come January 2021, I believe this world will be completely upside down. So I am, imploring you guys to just make a plan. Prepare if you can. Put up water, put up some food if you can. I'm not telling you to go, buy a ton of stuff. If you're like me, money is hard just to get through one day. But I can still, fill up empty milk jugs with water, etc., which I've been doing, for years, because it definitely, even that little bit could be the difference from, my family surviving or not. So, but like I said, the plan is the most important thing, I believe. You need to, for sure, make the plan and make sure the rest of your family knows the plan. Okay, because he even talked right here how it's going to get quarantined again, how we're going to get locked down again, etc., etc. So prepare for it. They are telling you what they're going to do. And like I said, if you think they're forcing this mask on you, wait till their poison vax comes out. We'll talk to y'all soon. God bless.